What's up, you beautiful people? I hope you guys are doing well. Now, this video is a recap of 2024. Many of you guys have been asking me about why we didn't publish that much content in this year, and there's a specific reason to it. Noe, myself, and the entire Kunumi Pocket team had to shift our time and skill and manpower a little bit more towards solving actual issues, existing issues, and initiating some projects which will help the Hakuna Park Oasis instead of filming all these things and then using the time and manpower to edit that stuff and then put it on social media. You will get all your answers right now in this video, so stay around. All right, so let's start with the most obvious thing. Dean Schneider became a father. I've got a baby girl. Her name is Nyla. She was born in August, and it was the most beautiful but also most challenging thing in my life up until now, I believe. It started off with her coming 4 weeks too early. That resulted in me not being there, basically. On the same day when she was born, Ellie, my wife, was in Switzerland telling me she's coming now already, and I'm like, no way, I'm still in South Africa. I still got 4 weeks left. And she's like, well, that's nature, that's my body who decided she wants to, or that's Nyla who decided she wants to come out. Okay, I flew over to Switzerland on the flight that was connected via video call, and she gave birth to her. I felt miserable, I couldn't feel worse. That was a very sad moment for me, not being there, not being able to hold the hand of my wife to support her mentally and physically. I really felt bad, but all those bad feelings went away once I arrived there in the early morning, could hold my baby, could hold my wife, and then it was the most beautiful thing again. The coming weeks was tough because she was so early there. So we had a lot of medical checkups and a lot of medical issues which we had to sort out. So the focus was 100% family and supporting my wife for about 8 weeks. Until we then, in the age of 8 weeks, traveled to South Africa together with baby Nyla, which by the way went very well, and arrived here. And then that was a dream coming true. Every single interaction and introduction between baby Nyla and the dogs, for example, or baby Nyla and the monkeys, or Nyla and the lions, was absolutely mind-blowing. And all these were moments I will never forget again. So in the end of the day, I would say this big happening was very positive. All right, then a little bit a more tough topic, not so positive. We lost Madiba. Madiba was one of the cheetah brothers, Kobe and Madiba. And we found him dead in the camp. The day before, we did feed him. They were happy and healthy, playing around. We watched them eating their meat. A day later, our chef at that time, she would take a walk around the camp, and she spotted him laying there on the ground, and she took a video, came back to the house. She was like, I think something is wrong with Madiba. And I looked at the video and I immediately realized that guy is dead. There's something seriously wrong. So we rushed over to the camp, and he was laying there lifeless on the ground. There was a little bit of blood coming out of his snout, and he was already a little bit bloated up. And I immediately knew it must be something crazy, because he was in such great condition physically and mentally, and they were brothers. There was no bite marks that they would fight each other or something like that. We drove to the vet, to our main vet clinic, to make an autopsy, because I needed to know what the actual issue is. And on the way there, Noe and I were brainstorming and reminded ourselves of a couple of days ago, one of the workers reported about the black mamba, which they saw close to the camp when they were cutting the grass. Shortly after, we dropped him off at the vet, and he started shaving him down and cutting him open and, do a whole autopsy and physical checkup. There was the one information that he was in absolutely great condition, which I think is nice to hear for us, knowing that he had all the necessary vitamins, he had the best food he could have, he lived a healthy, beautiful, and great life. Actually, he said he has never made an autopsy on an animal which looks that healthy and balanced. And on the other side, he said he died of an anaphylactic shock, according to the signs of the body. And most of the time, this happens when a black mamba bites you. It was very hard for us. It was about 3 weeks ago. On one side, it was a natural happening. You know, nature, he was born in nature and he was taken from nature. It's not something one of the workers or I myself or anyone else would have done wrong or so on. But nonetheless, it is a very sad thing because he was part of the family. I am in an unfortunate position to forward this very sad news to you guys. All right, then another topic which is not good or bad, which brought some good, fresh, positive energy into the team is we had a change in our farm management. Andy, who was for 3 years our farm manager, he originally comes from Switzerland. He moved to South Africa 3 years ago on a long-term visa to help us run this place here. And he left us in the end of this year, all on good terms. He just wants to find some new challenges. So we had to find someone new who can help us run this place, especially since Noé and myself are traveling every now and then, or even the situation, you know, with baby Nyla and so, which asks me to be away for a couple of weeks. I need someone solid here who understands the whole system and can run this place as it was his. We had to make sure that everything runs smoothly and the new farm manager can understand the whole system. So we really, all of us, had to work on it and to help Andy to do that whole transition to the new farm manager, which, by the way, has done a great job so far and everything is working smoothly. And I hope in the coming year, our team will be able to keep a lot of work off our backs so that we can produce much more content again for you guys. All right, then another topic is quite a famous topic in my world. It's the monkey dome. Some of you guys have heard of it. 2 years ago, we started with a new home, building a new home for the monkeys, because they're capuchin monkeys. They actually live in the Amazonian rainforest. So we did build, or we're busy building, a home as beautiful, as big and as wild as possible, according to our possibilities, for the monkeys. But we're getting there. We started 2 years ago, where we have been messed around a little bit because they gave us completely wrong budgets, and then I had to make a fundraiser. We succeeded within a day or two to get that money. So thank you so much to all of you guys out there. Without you, this monkey dome wouldn't be possible right now. And then we started building it legitimately, properly. In a couple of weeks, they should be able to move. So we're getting there, we're almost there. But that definitely has kept us on our toes as well. It's just a massive project, almost as if you would build a house. All right, and then we're gonna switch to, again, a little bit of a darker moment and situation here in the Hakuna Park Oasis. We found out that people are strategically stealing from the Hakuna Park Oasis. From stealing food, stealing things out of our house, stealing petrol, stealing tools, and we are a very small team. Literally having the full responsibility and running it is Noé, myself, and Ellie. And we had to sort out the situation, meaning you have to interview everyone, you have to get all the information, then you have to fire people. After you fired people and you sorted out the whole situation, you're short in your team, so you have to get new people. Now, where do you get new trustworthy people which are willing to come out to the wild and commit to work on this, you know, in such an environment? But yeah, that was definitely a topic people would not know about and would think, why does he not create some content? All right, then a more positive but also extremely time-consuming topic is what most people most probably don't know. We're building a new house to live in here in the Hakuna Park Oasis, actually right next to the existing house. The reason being is this existing house is falling apart. For those who follow me for a while, they know the roof issues, it's leaking into my room. We tried to fix it a lot of times, it's still not fixed. Here the roof, we have to stabilize it with steel poles, otherwise the whole outside area would crash. We cannot take a bath anymore because the bathtub is about to fall out. We tried to renovate it a lot of times, and specialists even came out to check the house and they said it's too dangerous, it's falling apart. And I believe in Switzerland, according to law, you wouldn't be even allowed anymore to live in such a house. So now we are basically living in a construction site. Also then a very cool thing, which was combined with actually a lot of content which has not been published yet, is the second line movement. The second line movement occurred, all the lines are now up in the Live Wild area. And we implemented our line Tuesday, because it did happen already in the past that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we didn't spend time with the lines because there is so many other responsibilities, and you know, just the the day-to-day duties. They shifted from doing things with the actual animals and filming to having meetings and to doing contracts and to check up on things. So we brought in the Lion Tuesday. So every Tuesday there is no meetings, there is no responsibilities except of spending time with the lions or with the other animals. I think the scariest moment in my entire life, I'm gonna tell you about that one right now, and it has nothing to do with a venomous snake. I've been handling wild black mambas. I've been dealing with a lot of crazy stuff out here in the wild. And even whether the lions, nor the venomous snakes, nor anything else has been that scary to me as this one situation. My wife Ellie went to a city and she went to a mall to do some shopping together with Nyla. And she sat down in the middle of the mall on a bench to feed her with milk. And then they tried to steal my baby out of the arms of my wife in a shopping mall during the day. Two women, one sat down on the left side, the other one sat down on the right side. And they were like, oh, the baby's so cute, and is it your baby, and blah, blah, blah. And then they started to play around with the hands, and she felt already uncomfortable, kind of moving a little bit away because she was feeding her, and she felt like they put a lot of pressure on it. And then the one just tried to pick it up. And she's like, what are you doing? No, leave my baby alone. And then she said, oh no, why am I not allowed to hold her? And then she said, no, because I don't let strangers hold her. She will cry. She does not like to be with strangers. And then the older lady said, no, she will not cry with me. And just reached out to Nyla, to the baby, and tried to hold her. And in that moment, Ellie got up and said, if you don't move away now, I'm gonna call the police. I was not there. She called me on the phone and she explained me what just happened. 5 minutes later or 10, I was there. We went straight to the security and we checked all the cameras. We tracked them down. Where did they come from and where did they go? They were not just the two ladies, it was a third one, another man, a male, behind my wife with a Corona mask. You know, those masks which we used to wear a couple of years ago? And that guy belonged to those two ladies. So it was a pretty clear, organized thing, and they tried their luck, but they failed. And obviously we got the police involved and everything, but it's not a rare thing that happens in Africa, the human trafficking, baby trafficking, they're selling babies, they're like, the market is actually insane. And we are so lucky to still be parents of our baby girl and not have lost her. But I couldn't sleep for days. And even today, sometimes I look at my baby and I was like, a couple of weeks ago, if they would have succeeded, my baby would have been gone. You cannot find these people anymore. In South Africa, if something is gone, it's gone. They can make it disappear without you finding it ever again. All right, next topic, values culture. So, you know, it hasn't been really great financially for us in the past because being that positive figure, Dean Schneider, happy, healthy, with all the animals who are happy and healthy, who have a lot of space, who live as wild as possible. I'm not the greatest platform to collect donations, because why should you donate to someone who appears to be very happy and whose animals appear to be healthy, when on the other side, you can donate to a shelter of dogs where they look dirty, stinky, and hurt, and they need help right now, otherwise they wouldn't survive. Fact is, I'm still a charity foundation, the Dean Schneider Foundation, and we're dependent on money and on donations as well. But it hasn't been working very well for us. So out of this reason, I decided to bring to life Values Culture, a brand apart from Hakuna Mipaka Oasis that should create an income source for us. And we realized very soon that the margins we get, because everything is supposed to be very sustainable, eco-friendly, from the packaging to just everything. We didn't want you guys to have any moral compromises. That ended up being not really profitable. So it was just a whole lot of work, a whole lot of headache. So we had to freeze it for the whole year 2024. We adapted the whole logistics system, trying to make things slightly more profitable, so at least we don't pay on top of it. And that has happened in 2024. Also, we did do the trips, which we promised. We did those raffles where you could win a safari trip when you buy a product. We've got more trips and crazy events happening next year in combination with Values Culture, so stay tuned about that. But we did those trips. We've gone to Kenya. It has been an absolutely crazy adventure. But I'm happy to announce that we will be online early next year again. We'll be selling, you'll be able to come on trips to maybe visit me here in South Africa, and it's going to be absolutely cool. And last but not least, the most important topic for you guys is content. I hope after all these topics which we spoke about now, you got a better understanding for why this year we had to shift our focus a little bit more onto other things instead of content. But that brought us to the point to create a new content concept for 2025. And this is our new platform is going to be YouTube. Don't worry, we will still publish content on Instagram, but YouTube allows us to create that income source. YouTube pays per view, and it allows you guys, the viewers, to even donate through a post. Even here you can do those super likes and special likes and donate something towards the Hakuna Mipaka Oasis and myself, the animals and everyone. All the time which is invested into creating and publishing content will be rewarded financially as well, so that we can keep the Hakuna Mipaka Oasis and the mission running. Still Instagram content is going to come, YouTube is going to be our main platform. It's going to be more focused on Dean Schneider and his life. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys will enjoy the content in 2025, and see you then.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see what's next, then make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel right now. And if you want to see more content, you're so welcome to follow my other socials as well. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later.